Welcome back to the channel, guys. So the mini classic consoles continue, but this time in the form of a PC Classic Edition. What? This company right here, Unit E Technologies or Unit E Tech, they have just announced they are putting out a PC Classic Edition. What the heck, my guys? So I'm not going to play the audio in this video. I'll put a link if you want to peep this out, but this guy shows this thing off. The PC Classic is a miniature game console that lets you play classic DOS games at homes, parties, conventions, wherever you want from the 80s and 90s. The system is joystick enabled, pre-configured, licensed, and incredibly easy to use. The system is scheduled to begin crowdfunding November, early December, 2018. So within the next few weeks, they're going to be crowdfunding this thing. It's slated to release late spring, early summer. Their target price is $99 for the base unit, which he kind of explains in here. You can sign up for updates. So in this video, he kind of talks about what their company does. They seem to be pretty popular with some like music type arcade games in like the Korean market and stuff like that. I kind of looked into them a little bit. They do some other weird technology things, a lot of lighting stuff. But they're not new to the gaming market, but they are a fairly small company, and they're looking to bring this thing out. In this video, they show some gameplay, all not licensed stuff. You know, they say everything's going to be licensed. In this video, even you see here, currently unlicensed, demo only. So they're trying to cover their asses. They don't want to show anything that they can't guarantee. But man, I mean, hopefully if you're going to Kickstarter, you're going to whatever crowdfunding source you want to go to, you have some licensed materials to show, because in this little teaser video, they don't show any licensed material, licensed games running on this thing. So, I mean, what is this thing going to be? Is it just going to be another outsourced single board computer popped into a case? I don't know. That's the cool thing too. It does have HDMI and composite output if you want to really get that old school look. So I'm not 100% what the internals are. Hopefully they release those details when they go to Kickstarter anyway, or wherever they're going. But I mean, I'm not a fan of Kickstarter with these kind of things. I will not back this project. I don't care how awesome it looks. I will not back it. $100, it looks promising, but at the same time, I mean, we could put DOSBox on a Raspberry Pi running RetroPie, stuff like that. You know, you see Quake 2, not licensed. We're just showing the footage as demo. And really, hopefully when they do get to their crowdfunding, they they showcase some stuff that's licensed. Because if you're going to make a console, a mini PC classic console, no matter how ridiculous that sounds, I mean, I saw this, I thought it was a joke, to be honest with you. You go to their YouTube page and there's not a lot of views on the video, but some people are like, is this a joke? Is this like an early April Fool's joke or a late April Fool's? What is this? And I tend to agree. It seems a little odd, but it looks like they're passionate about doing it and they're going to get it done. But like I said, those concerns, licensing issues, you got to make sure if you're going to crowdfunding, you have some legitimate stuff to show. You're already showing the unit and you're showing it working. That is great. And I'm sure in the end, we could sideload whatever games we want that are compatible with this device, but it's going to have to include some games, licensed stuff, because if you're just selling a box with nothing on it, like I said, we have other options for DOS, you know, DOSBox and whatnot via other single board computers or even on our own PCs. So is there a market for this? That's the strange thing, man. Like, will people eat this up? I don't know. I don't know this company. I've never heard of this company before everybody started hitting me up about this device. And a lot of times, you know, there's, you know, with these mini consoles, does it take a name behind it? I think so. But they're, companies get licenses to things. They use them how they choose. They, get that official licensing. I don't know how this is going to work. It's essentially a DOS box system. So I don't know how they're getting licensing for that. But they're saying it's going to be a licensed device. So we'll have to wait and see. But $100, oh man, this thing better deliver. Does it seem neat? Am I interested? Yes, my interest is piqued. Is it getting out of hand with all these mini consoles? Yes and no at the same time, because the reason I say yes is because, yeah, there's a lot of them and all these companies are doing this. I say no because what does it matter what I want, what I like? I mean, if I don't want it, then who cares? If you don't want it, who cares? If somebody wants it, that's what matters. So it's not up to me to decide what's best for you, what's best for anybody else. I just like looking at this kind of stuff because I find it interesting. And some of the things I really get into and enjoy. And something like this, is there going to be a market for it? I think yes, if they can get the word out and if they can deliver. I don't like the crowdfunding thing. I really don't like the crowdfunding thing for hardware. That's my biggest problem. Is simply that, So this company, they've got that coming out, price to be determined, but they said they're targeting $100, $99. They also make this giant game controller coffee table that is functional, starting at $1,500. If you want a giant NES controller, this is the place to go. You can put stuff on it, you know what I mean? Showcase chrono timer system, some lighting stuff, light show controllers. They do a lot of stuff with lighting and electronics. So very, very interesting stuff. But, I mean, do they have a name for themselves right now? Like I said, it seems like with some of these games and stuff they do, it's popular in some regions. I've seen like in Korean markets, some of their games are pretty popular. But I've never seen any of these games anywhere, so I couldn't say. But they're not new to the gaming scene, as they've been doing music type games in the arcade for at least a couple years that I could tell. So, is this PC Classic, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, trademarked, by the way, PC Classic trademark. How can you trademark PC Classic? I don't know, but it even has the aged plastic look going for it. Like this thing's got that kind of caramel white going on for it. that aged white plastic. I don't know. I know a lot of people are just immediately going to look at this thing and say, hey, it just looks like a cheap case with a Raspberry Pi or an Orange Pi in it. We don't know yet. It's going to be interesting to find out for sure. I mean, it looks like the games that they did showcase in this video were running fairly well. So just wait and see, It's what else are we going to get? Are we going to get an Apple Mini? I mean, the old classic stuff is damn interesting for sure, but is this what people want? That's what we got to ask ourselves. Is this what people want? Unit E Technologies, if that's how you say your name, is this what people want? I don't know. I'm not one to judge that quite yet. It looks interesting. Looks like the games play well, but like I said, there's just so many options to play games like this, DOS type games, so it's going to be an odd one. I'm waiting to find out. Is the Nintendo 64 Classic Edition coming out? Sony seems to have screwed the pooch a little bit with their PlayStation Classic. At least that's what a lot of people are saying. I mean, the negative vocal, people like myself, I'm fairly negative with a lot of things. We speak our minds and that stuff kind of spreads quite a bit. But with the PlayStation Classic, it just seemed like a lot of people were ragging on that thing. So, I mean, more options, yeah, it's great. But like I said earlier, is it what we want? And I don't know. What I want is that Nintendo 64 Classic Edition. I want a Dreamcast and a Sega Saturn Classic Edition. I mean, Retrobit, you guys are working with Sega. Maybe you guys can make that happen. I think that would be pretty sweet. I don't know what kind of single board computer, they would have to do some work in order to get that stuff running properly. But it can be done. Those games run fairly well on an Odroid and whatnot. So I could see, some kind of custom board being made to play those types of games. It'll be interesting to see. This classic mini craze is going nowhere. I just see it blowing up over, next few years. We're going to get new stuff here and there from companies I've never heard of, from big companies, who knows. So I really do appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out with me while I ramble on about the PC Classic Edition, which I initially thought was a joke. So thank you. Smash that like button. Make sweet-ass love to that notification bell. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Don't forget to subscribe, dude. Come on. Peace out.